Hello, I'm Neely Jones, your host of Focus on Suppliers. This week, we're talking about the importance of Made in the USA. Join us as we speak with our friends from Alliance Rubber and talk about their woman-owned business and the lessons the companies learned from challenges like increasing prices. We also talk with EcoVet, a company that supports veterans and repurposes Walmart trailers to create custom furniture. Plus, learn how Visit Bentonville can help you with some free cost-saving tools. Focus on Suppliers starts now.
Focus on Suppliers is presented by 8th and Walton, the premier destination for supplier development, and sponsored in part by Dun & Bradstreet, Saatchi and Saatchi X, K-Stack, Excel Displays and Packaging, and other outstanding companies.
A recent poll by the Ford Motor Company states that 91% of millennials believe that a product made in America is of equal or better value than counterparts or products made elsewhere. We also know that millennials believe, about 40% of them, that if they buy a product in America, it helps American economy. So what we need to do is make sure that we are paying off the story of Made in America within the store environment, online, and through any of the touch points that we know millennials are shopping. Make sure that you're also sharing the story of how and why those products are made in America. Simply saying it's made in the USA isn't good enough. Sometimes we need to share a little of the why behind why a product is made in the USA. So when you're in store and engaging with millennials, make sure you're communicating that through a PDQ, an end cap, or a pallet. Or when you're out of store, make sure you're doing it in ways that are truly compelling for the millennial shopper. And we'll see you next time for the Millennial Minute.
Alliance Rubber is a female-owned business, a manufacturer of rubber bands and rubber products. And with us today, we have Jason Risner. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're going to talk to us a little bit about this category, some of the challenges and opportunities. So let's talk about a challenge, if you will. Not so long ago, the price of rubber, it shot up.
It sure did. Back in 2012, we were dealing with some very hard times. The price of rubber went from about 80 to 90 cents a pound, all the way up to $2.40 a pound. And we have a long history of guaranteeing prices for our customers. And around 2012, it came that we had to do some price increases. And we ended up upsetting a lot of our customers because of that. But we kept a lot of them as well, but we had to lose some of the other ones. Since then, the price of rubber has come back down to a reasonable rate, and we've been able to add a lot of those customers back on. We're doing the best we've ever done.
Now let's talk a little bit about the last time we visited with you. It was just after the summit.
Yes.
How have things changed for you?
Things have been going really well since we last met at the U.S. Summit. At that particular meeting, we were able to add another item in line to the craft section for the tie-dye rubber bands, which we were really excited about. Also, we had a lot of interest from .com, and we've added another 10 items to .com since that meeting.
That's a lot of change since Walmart's 2015 Manufacturing Summit. A lot of growth.
Absolutely.
What would you say is a good piece of advice for other folks in this category trying to learn how to work with Walmart, work with new products, and turn challenges into opportunities?
What we've found is that the buyers are really willing to work with you. The U.S. Summit was like a breath of fresh air. We actually were able to show what products we had. The buyer selected who they might want to see. And each one of those meetings, they didn't just want to sit down and look at what you had. They wanted to coach you on how better to present, what other products they were needing, what they were looking for. So it was a huge educational experience for us as well.
And then how important is that Made in the USA label? Certainly you guys know.
For us, it's everything. So we're never going to have the cheapest price. Being a U.S. manufacturer with U.S. labor, we compete against Thailand and China for a lot of the rubber band business here in the States. Never going to have the cheapest product, but through our innovation and through our new products, we're able to keep a lot of our current customers happy. Also with our on-time delivery and fresher stock and things like that. So Made in USA makes all the difference to us.
Let's talk a little bit about how you're sustainable. You guys make some great strides there.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Rubber products are considered rapidly renewable resources. So liquid rubber latex can't be tapped from the tree until the tree's 7 years old, and you don't have to harvest the tree, to get the latex out.
Okay, and you're also doing something that nobody else is doing when we talk about these rubber bands. I really like this. So let's talk about this product a little bit and how you're different. What sets you apart?
Very, very excited with this new innovation that's about 2 years old. This showcases our ability to do full color digital color process on rubber. We're the only ones who can print on rubber and actually have it stick. And what we've done with this product, which is called the resistor strip, is actually print the exercises that you can do with this product directly on the strip, so that on the fly, on the go, in your purse, you can do these exercises anytime, anywhere.
Jason, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Follow us on Instagram at 8th and Walton.
Today we have Butch Jones from 8th and Walton with us here today. Welcome, Butch.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Now, you led a corporate accounting at Walmart for 20 years, 21 years, is that right?
A little over 21 years.
Yeah, so you've seen a lot of changes from both the retailer side and also on the supplier side, haven't you?
I have.
So what's been happening? What's been going on? What have been some of the challenges?
Well, as far as the improvements I've seen, the supplier community has gotten a lot better at distribution, and Walmart's gotten a lot better at receiving, but we still have these issues with the purchase orders and the invoices not matching, and we still have deductions. But the same problems that we had 20 years ago.
The same problems that you had then, so the old problem, the new problem is the old problem.
Correct.
That right? So where's the biggest opportunity for suppliers to find savings from your perspective?
Making sure they're validating the purchase order against their invoicing system.
What does that mean?
Well, if Walmart is buying a blue widget for $1, to make sure that they're invoicing that blue widget for $1 and not for something other than that.
Okay. So it's really important. The invoicing is as important as getting the POs and just making sure that everything matches up with those POs?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how do you recommend they set up their business with Walmart to ensure that they have the highest level of efficiency?
Well, I think what they can do, one of the things that they can do is take the purchase order that Walmart sends them and validate that against their item file to make sure that everything matches. The quantity, the pack size, the colors, and the cost. Those all have to sync because that's what Walmart's going to validate against when they get ready to pay that invoice.
So if there was one thing you could tell a supplier, what would it be?
The devil's in the details. Get into the details.
The devil's in the details.
Devil's in the details.
Well, that's great. So if somebody needs some help with their accounting, they could contact you here at 8th and Walton?
8th and Walton is now offering accounting help with those. They've got a great suite of things to help with item file and advisory and consulting, and we're offering some accounting help.
That's great. Well, Butch, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
With us today, two special guests from Visit Bentonville. So happy to have you both here. We have Kalene Griffith with us. We're going to get to you in a moment, Darrel, so don't think you're off the hook. If you could, give us an overview of what Visit Bentonville can do for folks in the area and suppliers.
Sure. Well, Visit Bentonville's mission is to promote and advertise Bentonville as a tourism destination. If that's via meetings, sports, leisure, arts, cycling, it's anything that we can do to bring in new visitors to our community.
Well, and you also, Darrel, you help with meetings if people want to organize something here, not elsewhere. Darrel Harvey.
Right. A lot of times a company doesn't have an in-house meeting planner or doesn't want to use a third party, so it's an administrative assistant or someone tasked with that job. So I can help them make connections with local hotels, reserve room blocks, connect them with vendors as far as caterers go or venues that they want to have a reception in, all kinds of things like that. So.
And am I right? And there's no extra charge for
Right.
that?
That's a free service that we provide through our office.
It's like having VIP help when
Yes.
you want to accomplish
Yeah.
something.
Right.
People talk about all the time you really need to have someone in Bentonville. They'll say boots on the ground. So that's another reason probably to encourage people to have the meetings they would have elsewhere here. Is that a good way to put it?
Very well. Yes.
What are some of the things that you would tell people to be sure and do while they're here?
I think first and foremost, Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. You get a full experience of art, architectural, outdoors. It's a unique experience that you're not going to have anywhere else. We also, being the home of Walmart, the Walmart Museum. In addition to that, we have the Native American Museum. We have some really phenomenal museums that we can do, but also the trails. You can get on a bike right from the downtown square and have this wonderful ride or hike. So you have a huge array of activities that you could do indoors and outdoors.
Can you also help them set up tours if they want to do a tour of something at a specific time? Maybe they want to see Peel Mansion, or maybe they want to go to the Amazeum. I mean, can you help them set up their timeline so that it's done in an organized manner?
Yes, we'll be more than happy to, if they want to do off-site type of activities during their meetings or some team building activities, we will cater to what their needs are. If it's from a tour to another facility, to team building activity, indoors or outdoors.
Okay, and then I just have to ask quickly, what you said Crystal Bridges, that's obviously one of the things that makes this area so unique, but how else would you describe what is Bentonville?
I always say it's a paradox. You know, we have the world's largest retailer that's thriving, and then we have all these startups and small companies and entrepreneurship that's happening as well. So we have the best of both worlds.
It's true.
Why wouldn't you want to come to Bentonville, where one man's idea changed the world? And everywhere you turn in Bentonville, that just seems to be our culture. He still casts a large shadow.
And you can see it. I mean,
Yes.
You can see it in the people, you can see it in how they treat each other, and people, when they come here, it changes their view in many
Yes.
ways when they actually visit. So if you can help with that, they just call you, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, and easy to find you, just look you up on
Yep.
Google or...
Visit Bentonville.com.
Okay, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. We have two special guests who are here to explain to all of us how Junior Achievement of Arkansas works. So let me start with Tara Aston. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thank you for having us.
For people who haven't heard about your group, can you just give us a broad overview about what you do?
Sure. So Junior Achievement was begun as an after-school program in 1919, so we've been around for nearly 100 years. And in that time period, the students actually started their own business, sold a product, the whole shebang. And so now what we do is we have curriculum from kindergarten to 12th grade, and we have business volunteers that go into the classroom and teach our curriculum, as well as give their advice to the students.
Which brings me to you, Tim Parker. You're a board member, but you are also someone who went through this program.
I did, and thank you for having me today.
Thank you.
I didn't start in 1919, but I did back in about 1980. I went through the after-school program. This was in Ohio, but it was the same program that we have today. So I'm an alumni from Junior Achievement for, let's say, 30-some-odd years by now.
And how has that affected your life?
Well, it set me on this path of this thought process of entrepreneurship and how do you run a business, how do you make a product, how do you sell it, sell the stock, get the venture capital going, get it all going in motion. And then when you're done selling the product and making your profit, you give money back to the shareholders.
What are some of the things that you could really use from the supplier community? How can people support you?
First of all, we do need folks that are brave enough to go in the classroom and volunteer with us and give their time. And then we also need sponsorships, donations. We have a couple of fundraising opportunities throughout the year. By the time this airs, our bowl-a-thon will have been hopefully very successful. And then we have a golf outing that is in October.
You said there was one thing in particular where you really hope people help.
Yeah, I do it myself. I love to deliver in the classroom to the students. We partner up with the teachers, and so we bring some real life, and the teacher brings their real life, and we bring the curriculum together. And that just all really centers around the kids. They participate, they pull it out of you, they want it from you, they love that input. And we reach 4,000 plus kids in the Northwest Arkansas district, if you will. In a year's time.
Well, the other part, Tim, I would think that helps with retention and recruiting, because if you're getting in front of these students who are the future of the job force, right?
Exactly, and that's what we like to do, is to get in front of that job force and kind of give them an idea what it's like and help them get to where we need them to be as a supplier.
Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back. Be sure to like 8th and Walton on Facebook.
Bentonville Commerce, less than 1 mile from the Walmart home office. You'll love the convenience, amenities, and customized options Bentonville Commerce offers. For more information or a tour, call 479-200-1112 today.
Bentonville Plaza, across the street from the Walmart home office. The best office location offers proximity and services like no other business complex in the area. Call 479-200-1112 today.
You just had your buyer meeting. Now there's follow-up to do. Maybe your buyer wants more on seasonal sales, or invited you to prepare a joint business plan or set up a date for your line review. 8th and Walton can help. Our experts work with you one-on-one in a confidential setting to prepare for your next buyer meeting. The classes we offer help you too. Retail Link, Supply Chain Management, Inventory Management, taught in cities across the country, in Canada, and in Latin America. So before your next buyer meeting, contact 8th and Walton. Then relax, knowing that you will be ready.
Something very special is headed to Northwest Arkansas, and I can't wait to tell you more about it, but I need a little help. So we've got two special guests with us today. Please welcome Mike Sewell. Thank you so much for being here, and also Kirk Dupes. We appreciate you both. I want you to take the honors and tell people about Arkansas Children's Northwest that's going to be in the area.
Oh, we're so excited to have this facility here and help the kids in Northwest Arkansas. There's almost 200,000 children just in the 11-county area here in Northwest Arkansas. And last year alone, 50,000 patient visits just from these 11 counties had to go to Little Rock to the Children's Hospital. So to have that facility, this new facility here with care close to home, is going to be such a wonderful thing for this community and the families in this community.
It's going to make a huge difference, and it may not have all of the treatments that are available in Little Rock, but it will certainly have the majority of them and help people here be able to get that treatment in the area without leaving.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, these things take funding, so let's talk about some events that you have coming up. It's really one event, but two different things people can do.
That's exactly right, Neely. So August 4th and 5th is the Will Golf for Kids and Color of Hope Gala. So on August 4th and 5th at Bella Vista Golf Course, we'll have 2 days of golf with over 1,200 golfers those 2 days. And then Friday night, August 5th, we will have 1,600 people at the Color of Hope Gala, and the color is blue this year.
Yes.
And so we're excited about that. And the goal is to raise $5 million over the next 5 years for Arkansas Children's Hospital Northwest, with the proceeds from Will Golf for Kids and Color of Hope Gala.
Which is fantastic. You also have a wonderful keynote speaker this year.
We do. We're blessed to have Doug McMillan, CEO of Walmart, has agreed to be our keynote speaker again this year. And it's just such an incredible place for the community to come together for a very worthwhile cause. It's really, really fun to see the vendor community, the Walmart team, all their associates, and everybody else in the community come together to help us achieve this incredibly rapid schedule. We plan to actually open the facility in January of 18. So it's a very, very fast track. It's going to be very expensive, and we need a lot of help.
And it needs a lot of support. These are so, I love Color of Hope. I can speak to this. It's a wonderful event. The cause is what it's all about, though. So how can suppliers get involved and be supportive of your cause?
So Will Golf for Kids and Color of Hope is the 2-day golf event, and there are different levels of sponsorships, from co-presenting, which is $30,000, down to a bronze level sponsorship, which is $3,000, and also Color of Hope Friday night, August 5th, host table is $3,000. So suppliers and the business community has been so generous over so many years, because nearly this is the 23rd year of the Will Golf for Kids event and the 8th year of the Color of Hope Gala. And the event was founded by Walmart 23 years ago, and they have made a terrific impact on the community, and we greatly appreciate all the supplier support, and we need continued supplier support to raise $5 million over the next 5 years.
Thank you both so much for being here today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Neely.
Friends, get on board. This is going to be a life-saving facility. Talking about the Made in the USA, today we have a special guest with us, and I'm so excited to introduce you to Robert Farb, who comes to us from Penetrex. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Neely.
You have a product that's been very successful, a topical cream.
Correct.
And that cream is used for?
Inflammation-related ailments. It is a pain relief product. People use it for arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, tennis elbow, etc.
So just to give the folks at home an idea, because I don't want to misspeak, you see monthly anywhere between $500,000.
At this point on Amazon.com, we're doing about $500,000 to $600,000 per month, and it continues to grow as it has for a number of years now.
So that kind of brings me to, it's a product that's made here in the U.S., you're having great success, and then instead of going brick and mortar to online, you went online to brick and mortar.
Correct. We flipped it on its head and made a name for the brand online, and it's been extremely successful, and now we are going offline into retail stores.
And Walmart called you when they saw your success. You're now having to learn to juggle some of the differences between doing business online and doing business in brick and mortar. What are some of the things you've had to learn?
Well, it is a whole new skill set. We're having to learn a lot of the things that come up in the retail world: logistics, EDI, replenishment, in-stocks, etc. It's been a little challenging. We've been working with our replenishment manager and our buyer to improve in-stocks, and we're learning, but it's an education, and we're getting better and better. I think Walmart's happy with us.
And would your advice be to up-and-coming suppliers or suppliers that even have an established relationship with Walmart to just continue working on the education?
Absolutely, and align yourself with people who are very knowledgeable and experienced in all of those different areas, such as logistics, replenishment, etc. Hire them, work with them, and take advantage of their knowledge.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about today's consumer, because we find in the research that sometimes they're not as focused on the numbers or the cost as they are on how genuine a brand is, how authentic it is. What is a way that you merge that need with your product?
Well, we handle everything in-house at Penetrex, so whether people have questions about the product or want to find out about how to get a refund, etc., everything is done in-house. They can call us, they can email us. We're available 7 days a week, and as I say, we handle everything in-house. We've always been very proud of our customer service. It's second to none.
And you use that feedback to just improve on the product?
Yeah, and by handling all inquiries in-house, we are able to get some very unique insight directly from customers as to changes that we need to make, either from a production standpoint or a product standpoint.
Okay, and speaking of being authentic, I want to note this. You work with a special group, the ARC of San Diego.
Correct. The ARC of San Diego is a group in San Diego that employs developmentally disabled people. They play a huge role in what we do at Penetrex. They do our assembling, packaging, shipping, everything. And they're a huge part of what we do. We wouldn't be able to be as successful as we are without them. And I highly recommend any company that's in need of those services to contact companies like the ARC of San Diego. I believe they're available in just about all major cities.
Thank you so much for making time today. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, Neely.
We'll be right back. You can see all episodes and extended interviews at Vimeo.
K-Stack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, K-Stack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. K-Stack, retail logistics is what we do.
Beauterre Office Park is conveniently located off I-49 and near Walmart's facilities. Our beautiful campus is Northwest Arkansas's largest office park. Let us build to suit your needs. Rates start at $14.50 per square foot. Visit Beauterre.com today.
Joining us now, as we speak of Made in the USA especially, is Matt Gillespie. He joins us at EcoVet. You're a designer here. Mm-hmm. For people at home who don't know, quick overview of the company.
EcoVet, we take down Walmart trailers. Most of them are Walmart trailers. Some are others. We use the wood, the metal, the I-beams, a little bit of everything out of the trailers to build custom furniture.
You're a veteran, which we
Yes.
thank you for your service.
Thank you.
60% of the staff here, veterans,
Yes.
is what we learned from Mike earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How soothing and therapeutic is it for you? To
Oh,
have
it's
this
very much so, because everybody. It's kind of hard because a lot of people don't know what we've been through, what we've seen, what we've done. But working with these guys out here, it's a family, maybe dysfunctional families, sometimes, but a family nonetheless. And that right there, it makes it a better place to work, So.
Is it fair to say, especially as someone who has served in our military all over the world, that Made in the USA label means something especially?
It means a lot more to us than it does a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people are looking for quick now, cheap. But when we can say we put our hands on it, we did this, it's ours, So it didn't come from anywhere else. This is ours,
And does it feel good to be doing something sustainable? When we talk about refurbished wood and metal, does it feel good to be doing something?
Well, see, and it's not just the fact that we repurpose trailers, the wood, whatever, but we also repurpose us. We finally found a place to fit in a little bit better, so we're kind of recycling our own selves, So it's kind of nice,
So home, it's fair to call it home.
Yeah.
You were saying you have a son that is currently serving, and
Yes.
that this place is very helpful to you right now.
Yeah. It's his second tour in Afghanistan, and we're missing something awful. But being able to come in here every day, and if I'm having a bad day or I'm missing him, whatever, these guys out here know. They know, and they're more than willing to talk about it, and which is good. It's like you said, very therapeutic.
So these, when you see a piece of furniture, it's kind of like watching your baby. It's
Oh
decent
yeah,
off.
yeah. You go, because you pull it out, you watch it come out of a trailer, and you think, well, there's nothing in there, and then you come up with some of this beautiful furniture we come up with, and it still amazes me. I've been here for since November of 2014, and it still amazes me that we're able to pull together some of this furniture that, as nice as it is.
We're going to show some pictures so people at home can see. We're talking about everything from shelving to grills to conference tables to kitchen tables.
Oh, there's
You guys
nothing
do
we
it
can't
all.
do. There's nothing we can't do.
How good does it feel to be a part of something that, as you said, helps refurbish the heart, but also takes some of that heart and puts it back in someone's home?
Oh, it's an unexplained feeling. You just can't really explain the warmth and the good feeling that you get knowing that, especially if you walk into a store and you see something that you built, it's a really good feeling.
What would you say to suppliers who maybe are watching this show considering hiring a veteran or being more sustainable about that importance?
Well, keeping stuff out of the landfills and stuff like that, that's very important to us. As far as veterans, give the guys a chance. That's all they're asking. They're not asking for special treatment, just a chance.
What a way to serve their country and now want to come home and be employed.
Right.
Thank you for what you did for our country, and thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
That does it for this week's show. Here are 3 key takeaways for you to jot down. Number 1, remember, shoppers connect with brands that follow through on their commitments to good causes. Number 2, be transparent with your customers and retailers about your challenges, things like price increases, and then come up with innovative solutions, developing brand loyalty. Number 3, take advantage of free services offered by groups like Visit Bentonville. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
I walk in every day and I just take a deep breath and I'm like, I can't believe where it's gone, where it's come to. Blood, sweat, and tears, and then some. Everything to build the company where it's at. I'm Billy Westbrook, and Scrub Blade is an idea I had. I wondered, why don't wiper blades scrub your windshield? If they're going back and forth, why don't they scrub the windshield while they're doing it? I was making barely any money to survive. I was living on an air mattress at a friend's house, completely stripped down to nothing. It's just me. I was like, I'm going to give this 100% and see what happens with it. And that was in 2006. It's 2014 now, and I've never stopped. In the journey of Scrub Blade, we had a huge opportunity to do a big test with Walmart. And if I would have worked all those 8 years and neglected my business credit, I wouldn't have had the biggest opportunity of our journey. Dun & Bradstreet is a huge partnership for Scrub Blade. They share the knowledge really well, go through your credit rating with you and explain what this means and what that means. We're starting a big test with AutoZone, and they're the largest automotive retailer in the world. It's going to take our company to the next level and beyond. What drives me, what keeps me going, is my family. Yeah. My job is to take care of my family, and it gives me a lot of pride to know that I can do that. And at the same instance, Dun & Bradstreet is taking care of me, or my entity, Scrub Blade. It's still a small company, but big in my eyes. We want to have fun with it. We want to bring people in along for the journey. Life's a journey. Get a clearer view. That's what Scrub Blade's tagline is, and it means everything.